Hey folks, JR, back for another episode of Echoes of Shannon Street Case File. It's going to be episode 92, Whose Blood? We're going to get into the stuff that MPD is sending off to other agencies to have it checked. Clothing, blood, guns. Going to do ballistics and the whole 9 yards. Try to figure out what's what. Whose blood is where, whose bullets are where. I can't think of anything else before we get cranked up, so let's just dive straight into it. Alright, this is a memo going to the Department of Safety up in Donaldson. I don't know if you noticed, but in case you didn't, I marked it in red. See up there in the top left, it says wife Chandler Mayer. No, he's not. But anyways, I just thought that was funny. I'm sure the interim mayor, Dick Hackett, wished wife Chandler was still the mayor when this happened. Anyways, enough of that. January 27th, 1983. I'm not going to read all of this stuff. I'll just get to the main part of it. MPD's requesting Department of Safety and identifying the blood types of the following persons. You see the list there. 12 names. Hester, Aiken, Ray, Swill. And then Tommy Turner's number 12. And then you've got Lindbergh Sanders, Linnell Sanders, Michael Coleman, David Lee Jordan, Andrew Houston, Cassell Harris, Earl Thomas. So first they want the state to tell them whose blood is who. Now you have to remember this is obviously way before anybody ever heard of DNA or any of that. So this is just blood type. And then from the blood type, they want to figure out where all this blood is. That way maybe they can narrow down who was where when they were injured. So everybody on that list, all 12 names, obviously they're either dead or they were in some way wounded. If you remember, Tommy Turner got hit in the head, and we know he was bleeding outside because we've seen the crime scene pictures. He could have been bleeding inside, too, over by the front door of the living room, but who would know Bobby Hester had so much blood loss in the living room. But anyways, that's what they're doing. Next paragraph containing this package will be blood samples taken from the above 11 mentioned persons and samples taken from the scene. After the blood types of the above mentioned persons have been established, please identify whose blood is on the following items, and then they list items at the bottom of that page. You've got the 238 pistols, one of them Swill's, one of them Bobby Hester's, and you got a 12-gauge shotgun. That's Ray from the TAC unit. That's his shotgun. Then the black nightstick, 2 battery covers. All right, continuing on page 2, you see the rest of the items that are on here they're submitting. Most of these items came from the living room. As you can see, I've got them marked. Try to let you know where some of these items were recovered. Northwest bedroom, northeast bedroom, southwest bedroom, wherever, just so to give you a little help. But obviously all 25 of these items had blood on them. Now below that they've got a package with clothing of the following persons. You see it's going to be the 7 dead suspects and then Hester and Swill. Okay, and below that, actually there's Thomas Smith, so that's not a dead suspect. I almost missed him, number 8. That was somebody who was inside the house. Okay, below that, please identify any blood types found in each individual's clothing. Then after blood types have been established, they want them to look at some of the carpet. Now you see they got a piece of the blue-green carpet. That carpet was in the living room, northwest bedroom, northeast bedroom. Now the pink bloody pillow, I'm not sure where that came from. That's, if I had to guess, it'd either be the northeast or the northwest bedroom. Pair of blue pants, I'm not sure whose pants those are. Probably Bobby Hester's. And then a piece of orange-yellow carpet. That carpet came from the den, I'm pretty sure. The carpet down in the meeting room is yellow. Okay, and another memo, Department of Safety, TBI laboratory. All this is TBI stuff. Okay, on this one here, Holly is requesting assistance in identifying the weapon in relation to ballistic test. So they're listing the weapons below. There's the 4 M16 rifles. TAC unit had a 12-gauge pump shotgun, and the rest of them are 38 caliber pistols. They're wanting to find out what weapon obviously killed who, what person, or hit what person. Whose weapons are responsible. Now, Holly's got a note down at the very bottom. Talking about 2 of the 38 caliber revolvers, which is going to be, I'm pretty sure, Swills and Hester's. He's talking about blood on both weapons. You have to remember some of the weapons, they've already submitted to TBI to check on the blood part. So I'm sure that note has something to do with that. It was one of the TAC shotguns, Ray's shotgun, that was submitted under that first memo because it had blood on it, which was probably his, I'm sure. But they still want to check and see, because if they start finding blood spatter or high velocity cast off, anything like that, then they'll make them wonder how close the TAC guys really were when they were shooting. So that's all they're trying to do. All right, next page here. Now they have submitted bullet fragments. They want TBI to see if they can identify the bullet fragments. They've pulled them out of Michael Coleman, Linnell Sanders, Earl Thomas, David Lee Jordan, Andrew Houston, Cassell Harris, Lindbergh Sanders. Obviously the 7 suspects. And he's also got some other items listed here. 3 spent .223 casings, 1 flattened .38 caliber slug, because they're going to want to try to match bullets to guns, so they can. That's what they're trying to do here, is determine whose bullet from whose gun is in each of the suspects. And then also they've got these rounds down here, items 1 through 5, and they're wanting to find out who fired those. You've got that number 2 is 14 .223 spent shells, 1 flattened .38, 1 spent .38 hole, 1 live .38 round, 1 spent 12 gauge shotgun round, 11 spent .223 holes, and then you've got fragments of bullet removed from swill. And then you've got 3 spent .38 holes. All right, then on the last page, you see items 6 through 9. It's just more spent rounds that they're wanting them to try to match round to weapon. And of course, that's what Holly's saying here in the middle of the page. It is requested that if possible, these items be checked in an attempt to determine from which weapon they came. Also included in this package will be 2 hair specimens, one from Patrolman R.O. Swill and one from Patrolman R.S. Hester. So obviously you would love to see if you can match up any of the hair on some of the suspects, see who was in close proximity to them. Now here at the bottom, they're talking about the vest that Rutherford was wearing when he got hit in the back. And I think we decided that he probably got hit by a round because they did find a flattened .38 round right in the middle of the den, about where Rutherford would have been when the round would have hit him. And of course that round would have flattened on impact. That's what they're talking about there. They're talking about the vest. And Holly's going into the wounds on Swill. And then, of course, Holly's got it signed at the bottom. All right, folks, that's going to wrap up this episode. I will say this. The department is trying to do the right thing. They are trying to get all of this checked through other agencies. That way it will legitimize the entire investigation if you've got the state and the federal government and county all saying the same thing. You didn't see things like this till years later for most departments, where they're letting other agencies check their work. So it's a good thing. All right, folks. I think we've done enough damage for one evening. We'll be back in a few days and continue this follow-up. And I reckon that's it. I was going to try to think of something dramatic to say, but I am without dramatics tonight. So, folks, take care, and I will see you down the road.